What's up, everybody? My name is Harper. We're down at JDI Barbell Tribeca. Today we're going to talk about the good old sled and how to get it moving. I'm going to teach you a better way to push the sled for longer performance, heavier weight, and longer time for your Hyrox race or any type of athletic performance. So getting involved into the sled, let me tell you a brief background about myself. I've played sports my entire life. Today I'm going to basically explain how I take athletes through sled work and how you can apply that today and kind of some nuances of how to properly get yourself in position, as well as push the sled for optimal position as well, and strength and speed and other capacities. First thing I want to talk about is a few common mistakes that we see here. So let's address the sled. First thing we'll see is people with either bent arms, too low on the sled, too high on the sled, and then also if they're here and they're just kind of letting their heels touch the floor each time they're driving, right? So those are the common faults that we see. Let's take it back a little bit. So for proper setup of the sled, you want to think about head to heel, strong as steel. So you're going to lean your body forward naturally. As you can see, I'm in a straight line. Again, you want to think about always keeping your body stacked and the center of mass as close to the weight as possible, right? So from this position, all I'm going to think about doing is driving my knee up, pushing back in a piston-like fashion. So if you've ever seen a train go, that's exactly what we're going to think about doing. That's pushing our knees down and back towards the floor. Good. So easy way to think about the setup here is if I walk up to this wall and have my arms as long as possible, I just want to take a little bit baby step back. I want to feel the weight on the pressure of my toes here on the balls of my feet. And from this position, I'm leaning back until I can fully support myself here. And you can see from my head to my heel is a straight line. From this position here, all I'm going to think about doing is driving my leg up. You see how I have like a 7 shape here? This is the position I want to be in. So if I'm just doing marches against the wall, that is exactly the same motion I want to do with the sled. So as we transfer it over here, our body's going to be nice and long. Instead of having the arms long, we're going to bring our body close to the center of mass here. And we're just going to drive our legs. So notice as I'm driving here, I never want to let my heel touch the floor, because that is basically a lapse in energy here, right? Because every time my heel touches the floor, it's an extra second that takes away from me driving. So when you think about how high you should be, the easiest way to think about it is you're pushing against somebody, right? So if I'm pushing against a lineman, for instance, in football, if I'm all the way down here trying to push against him, all he has to do is set his weight down on me, right? If I'm too high here, you think that the lower man always wins, so he's gonna probably try to get you at a different angle. But if I'm about 45 degrees, probably somewhere in between, again, if I think about leaning my body forward and naturally let it go where it goes, this is the optimal angle for you, right? You're not gonna push a car up a hill down here because it's gonna cook your legs. You're not gonna try to push a car up here because, again, the lower man's gonna win. So you wanna try to find that good balance in between, which is probably gonna be right in the middle. So while using the sled, there's basically zero eccentric force while you're using the sled. So that's gonna lead you to be less sore on those days. So it can also help you in recovery days, low capacity days as well. And then you can also make it a high capacity day, a high intensity day by just increasing the weight or increasing the duration of the time that you're using the sled. If you find these tips helpful, please like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you.